You are live.
I know, we've got 1 extra minute. Right, we are live. It's actually 7 p.m. Officially, we're starting our Facebook Live, so I'm just waiting for a few of you to join me. And then we can crack on. Hello, everyone. Is anyone joining us or has joined us? Susan, oh, brilliant. Good evening. Lovely to see you again. Yes. And hello, Di. Good evening. Lovely to see you as well. Natalie, lovely. Okay, so we've got 3 of you ladies so far, so we're just going to wait, as always, a few more minutes for a few more of you to join me, and then we start. So how are you, ladies? How are you this evening? Ready for the weekend? I hope you are. What are you going to be doing? Shopping, crafting, spring cleaning, gardening work? Everything depends on the weather. Oh, and Rona is here. Good evening. Yes, hello, Rona and Charlotte. Hello, lovely. Okay, so we've got a few of you joining us. Brilliant. Okay, just maybe what is the time? Okay, just 1 minute. So we just wait 1 more minute and then we're going to officially start. Definitely crafting with a new collection. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you. And Natalie, very well, thank you. How are you? I am really well. I am, yeah, pretty good. Thank you. Now, obviously, that I had my launch on Hobby Maker, the launch. So, and Mary's has joined us. Yeah. Hello, lovely. Hello, my darling. So, yes, I'm really, really well. Thank you. Sandra, good evening, my darling. And Tim, yes, he's here. He's here managing the most important thing. Okay. In charge of the whole operation. He's laughing. Okay, so so it's 2 minutes past 7. So let's begin, shall we? Hi, Tim. Hi, and hello, Gwen. Hi. Sorry, can't join you tonight. Can't join you to have a good time. Well, sad to hear it, but yes, you obviously have got something very good planned for this evening. So next time, obviously, you can watch all of them on catch up anyway. And Wendy, hello, my darling. So yeah, I'm going to just repeat the obvious, but of course, on YouTube, you could watch us anytime. Susan Crafting, I like to get all my birthday cards made by June so I can work in the garden. Now, do you know what? That is such a sensible approach to things. Definitely. I should really think like that myself. Yes, because June is such a lovely month for gardening. Amazing. Yeah. Okay, so I've got something to fly in front of me. Okay, everyone. So let's begin. Good evening. We are here this evening just to basically have a little recap on the latest collection. And Beverly, hello, my darling. Love all your dyes. One of my favorite brands. Thank you very much. Thank you. And yes, you really shocked me. Okay. And Diane, evening, everyone. Good evening, Diane. And Julie. Okay, let's just maybe wait a minute. Okay. Hello. Right. So it's been a very, very busy week, doing so many things. So, like, almost all at once. Okay. Just things happen like that sometimes in life, don't you think? And yeah, so I was getting ready for the TV, my first Hobby Maker TV show, as many of you, of course, know. So I got to say, once again, a massive thank you to everyone who found me on HobbyMaker last Wednesday. And of course, everyone who purchased, our latest die collection, not just from HobbyMaker, but obviously our website was also very busy for the collection. So you all really, really loved it. So thank you very much. But the HobbyMaker show really was truly overwhelming. I personally did not expect the outcome. It just happened so quick, and well, I'm very grateful. I know that many of you, hello, Barbara, hello, my darling, kiss, kiss, kiss. I know that many of you were obviously disappointed about not having the second hour at 8 p.m. Well, I was as well, because of course I had a demo ready, but nothing is lost, because this evening I'm planning to have three demos. Okay, I've prepared, and hello, Sandra. I've prepared quite a lot of bits and pieces for them 3 cards. So hopefully, and most definitely, I will have them completed this evening. So, but going back to HobbyMaker, okay, just so you know, I have to say that I've received a really wonderful reception from HobbyMaker itself. So that was very nice. Everybody was super friendly. And of course, it was great. It was great to be on the TV screen once again. Maria finally made it. Hello, Anna Marie, and thanks, Rene, for reminding me. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us, Maria. Really am grateful. So everybody was really super friendly. And it was great to be on an actual TV screen, because even though I am on a screen this evening, it's not the same. It's not, really isn't the same. Okay, so I was super chuffed, and of course, all of it is down to you. So honestly, a massive, heartfelt thanks. Okay, so for this evening, I am really grateful that you joined me yet again. And of course, like I mentioned, I will have 3 demos. But before we obviously move on to them, I will show you the cards that I prepared for the actual collection, in a moment. Right now, I get some of the announcements out of the way now, and then we're just going to crack on with bits and pieces. So number 1, we have an exclusive discount code for you for the weekend only. Tim is going to run some banner in a moment for you, but basically it's just March 14. Right, that's it. Because actually I've realized that the last Facebook and YouTube live I had was literally a month ago, 14th of February. Do you remember that? So, and I made this card. Okay, yes, for my husband's Valentine's Day. So yeah, I can't believe it. It's been absolutely a month. So shocking, really. So that's why March 14, is your discount code, which you obviously type in as you're checking out. And obviously, then your discount is going to be recalculated. Now, for some of you ladies, I mean, you've emailed us with few issues to do with our website. Obviously, I wanted to address it because we've had several updates done on our theme on our website. And of course, as you know, the technology, even though we've got this really clever moderator, obviously, when you have a busy website and of course big website, there is loads of little details that you have to tweak in. So, hopefully everything is done. So the websites are completed, the updates are completed, so you should be absolutely fine. And you will see slightly refreshed page or 2. Few things are still to be tweaked, but nonetheless, website is good to go. And yes, basically it's ready. And talking about our website, I don't know if you receive our newsletters, but we literally posted in our newsletter yesterday that we are now, very happy, really delighted to offer you an alternative blank cards for the Mont Blanc card. So I'm not going to repeat what happened to the distributor of our Mont Blanc card. Hopefully it will become available in the future. But in the meantime, we found a really, really good alternative. And it's called Everest card. Now, there is a comment, if you received our newsletter, Basically, one of our customers, Mandy, already received a samples of that Everest card. And she actually said in her comment, oh, I can't remember what she said, but she said it's white, it's strong. And I don't know if Mandy is joining us this evening, but she really, really loved it. Okay. So in the newsletter, if you receive the email, she actually says, I should have memorized what she said actually, but it was actually very complimentary. So she was happy with it and we are happy with it. And I believe you will be happy too. So it's available in 5x7, 6x6, 7x7, and 8x8. Now, if the response obviously is good, okay, and I am confident that it will be. However, it would be nice to hear it back from you. Okay, it will be one of the definite, obviously, stock that we will be. I have put my order in already. Thank you, Natalie. So please let us know as soon as possible because we really would like to hear your opinion. We couldn't find any better than Mont Blanc. So the Everest is the one to check out. Okay, it's really strong. Also 350 gram. So that's good to know. And yeah, like I said, I think you will be happy with it. Okay, so I've got my little list. Actually, before we started, I started scribbling down what I need to mention. Okay, the other two things I mention later. Probably that's just like, yeah. I mentioned in there like a little bit of when we're having a break between showing you the actual inspiration. Okay, so let's show you what I actually did have ready for our TV show. Right, so this one, if you watch my Hobby Maker, okay, is the one that actually demoed on the actual show. Now I've added to my left here, all right, I've added a little bit of the same color ink pad, which you saw me adding to this side, just to balance it out. So we've got a touch of yellow. And I was going to add some yellow beads, but to be honest, I couldn't find any. So I must shop for some yellow beads, really, okay, because I must have run out. But yeah, I don't know if you remember, but I actually put together 3 different flowers. And that brings me to the point of the make 30 flowers from one die. Okay, so we've got a touch of 1, 2, 3 different variation. So that was that one. And actually, I was going to also mention that some of you already know because you've subscribed to the stock. Well, the collection has been so popular that actually we also sold out the scalloped flower and ultimately the bundle on our own website. So basically, what we managed to do, we managed to ask a manufacturer to jump the queue, okay, a little bit earlier because obviously they do a lot of manufacturing, and hopefully we should have the scalloped flower back in stock very, very soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So they did allow us based on the many years of doing this together. Okay, I'm going to show you this one probably towards the end because there's a logic to my madness. Okay, so there you go. So this one is 5x7. Let me just show you a little bit closer. So I love this flower that you're seeing there in pink because I call it a ribbon flower. And again, if you watch my Hobby Maker, you would have seen me making one of them. Also is in my video about making 30 flowers. So you can see we've got the wheat sprigs. It's 5x7. I'm loving 5x7. Actually, so cute. A little bit of statement using the typewriter and the black ribbon. And of course, we've got the dotty bubble circles. We've got the happy birthday wreath and also the small clock wreath. Okay, so cute little one here. I'm just going to pop them like maybe behind me. All right, so you can actually see a few of them. Right, this one actually is 5x7, and I've got 3 colors in the background being weaved through the plate of the actual blank card. Okay, and you can see 3 different flowers. So let me just bring it closer. So you see, they actually are staged in like intricacy. Obviously how complicated they are. So obviously the matching using the same cardstock, but you can see the one in the middle of the dotty bubble circle, it's actually just the ornate center. So you can see, and of course, not yet again, the wheat sprigs We've got the wheat sprigs, we've got the dotty falls and some reefs as well. So I'm going to have that. Then this one is 8x8, and what I created on this one is a reef using our wheat sprigs. And of course, you're getting different flowers yet again, which you find in that video, make 30 flowers. Of course, cute little dragonfly, the message is actually stuck on with the little pegs. Of course, I've got a little border here. We also find a little bit of the one of the border adornments. So yeah, so that's this one. So there you go. Yeah, 3-dimensional as always. Let me put this here. Okay. Right. Next. This one is 7x7. 7x7, and we've got a bit of an organic theme going here with the browns and beige color. So I've got the happy birthday wreath. This cute little wreath here. Oh, let me just point out that one, the toffee, and the small one here. It's actually the waste from the clock wreaths, which I then used my dotty spiral to sort of work in, in and out, to create slightly more interesting wreath. Okay, but you can clearly see, obviously, the weaving plate, and you can see the scalloped flower. Again, there's so many possibilities with the scalloped flower. It's shocking. So as you can see, the wheat sprigs and the typewriter messages again. I'm not missing anything. Oh, there is a little parchment dragonfly just off my reef here. Okay, cute little thing. I don't know if you can see on both sides. Let me just rest them like that, maybe. Okay, so this one I'm just going to leave till the end. Right, this one, loving the openness of the 7x7. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. So this one is the 6x6 craft card, and another version of the scalloped flower. Of course, I've got the bouncy little border here, but I won't be discussing. There will be a video tutorial on your YouTube, exactly in details how I put this one together. But as you can see, everything from our latest collection. And now I might as well mention, okay, I'm going to mention that one. Right, so this one is the weaved effect straight on 5x7 again. On to this side, I've got a little bit of a border using the pom-pom border. Another version of the scalloped flower. This one is more solid as opposed to ornate. However, you also find the ornate center right on top. So it's got a bit of a grey, taupe sort of grey look. The large dragonfly, but die cut again in vellum. So I didn't die cut it in white cardstock because I still wanted to see the background, hence why the vellum. So you can actually focus on my actual arrangement. And as you can see, wheat sprigs. So a few other dies here. The pearls make this so elegant. Oh my gosh, I love pearls. Yeah. Literally, I love pearls. And they do. Absolutely, I agree with you, Diane. And so what do we have? Okay, we've got the wreath, happy birthday again. And the silver wreath here is the actual dotty spiral. Okay. Right, so we've got that one as well. I hope I'm not going to fall down. Only so much room there. Okay, this one I will mention, but some of you already discovered my brand new video tutorial on YouTube, so you would have seen me making this one. And you too, Anna Marie. Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you. So I love this one. Literally, I call this spring card because it definitely reminds me the yellow, the blue and pink flowers that I've used here, definitely spring-like. And don't we just need spring to literally arrive here? Well, I do. So there you go. So that's for this one. You obviously can watch latest video tutorial on YouTube. Stunning card. Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, it's just looking at the flowers, the different variations from the same die. And I got to say, that's what I absolutely love about that set. Love it. Okay, so, and we've got a just for you tag. Let me maybe pop it here now. Okay, organize myself. Okay, right, back to you. So now, very quickly, now this one, it's again from the same Nature Weave collection, but I didn't do the weaving on the base card, and that's why I left these cards at the end. Again, I've got 3 flowers, obviously in different intricacy. I love your new collection. Just received mine. Oh, that's great, Sandra. Thank you. Just drove back from NEC. Nothing there that comes close to you, Anna Marie Design. Suzanne, oh my gosh. Gosh, thank you so much. Love the dragonfly. Probably the only die that I haven't got. That's unacceptable, Sandra. I'm only joking, obviously. I love the dragonflies because they really are cute. You're getting 3 in a set and they really are handy to have. Your cards are beautiful. Thank you, Rona. Thank you so much. Lovely card. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you. But obviously the next few samples I'm going to show you are there just for you to see that, gosh, I have to hold my arm really because it's tiring. Because obviously the weaving plate, you know, as you probably remember, when I said on Hobby Maker, I wanted the weaving to actually be done on the base plate, on the base card. That was my aim. But having done that, you know, I don't want you to feel limited that what format will the Everest card come in? A4, A3, A4. Susan, not yet. We're literally offering you 5x7, 6x6, 7x7, and 8x8. And when we do hear back from you, your comments, we will then expand a range. Okay, so we just wanted to literally almost like have a little taster. Okay, we know we love it. Okay, and Mandy, who was desperate for the Mont Blanc card, so many of you are regular gorgeous card. Thank you, Maria. So many of you ladies, it's like a workout. Yes, actually, it really is. So we, you know, as you know, some of you's been, you know, familiar with the Mont Blanc card for years. So when we didn't have any more in stock and we mentioned the Everest to Mandy, she wanted to receive a sample. And that's what happened. She was the first one to receive a sample of that card and she absolutely loved it. It wasn't even a sample. She actually gone ahead, took a chance, obviously ordered the card. And when she received it, it was basically, yes, please. Okay, she really likes it. So there you go. So back to your cards are exceptionally beautiful. Oh, Ola, thank you so much. Thank you. All your cards are beautiful works of art. Thank you for sharing them with us. Well, thank you for joining me and being here that I have someone to share them with or for. Thank you. So beautiful. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you so much. But you know, the Nature Weave collection, it really is fantastic because this card shows you loving the weave on the side. Exactly, Diane. So I don't want you to feel limited and feel that you have to use it on your blank card. You don't. You literally, I'm going to show you in a moment a couple of suggestions as well. But yeah, this is just literally creating a different background altogether, something different. You know, and out of one plate, you're getting so much. That's the thing. I never actually counted how many strips you get from one plate. I should one day. Stunning. Thank you. But I will. And you getting so much. And in a moment, I'm going to show you. It's fab as usual. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for purchasing. And thank you to everyone who purchased our latest collection. So there you go. Full of potential. Seriously. So let me pop that one here. And I'm going to show you. Oh, I've got one other to do. But in my demos this evening, I'm going to hopefully present to you that even the waste can be utilized for something, okay? And always, for me, that's a winner, okay? So this card, next card, is very simple for me, literally. And that one will actually showcase that what you see at the, as within the weaved. Hello, Christine, gorgeous card of those. Hello, my darling. You will see that this is a waist, and you could still incorporate into your blank card and create a busy, statement. Maybe not so much background, but something in the background. And well, after talking so much about it, let me show you. So there you go. It's a huge. That is gorgeous. Love the new collection which arrived yesterday. Can't wait to use the dies tomorrow. Thank you, Madeline. Thank you so much. Okay, so for me, this card is very simple. Okay, and I know that there is there is so many fans out there making quick, clean, simple cards, and this blue waist, well, that's exactly what it is. Literally bits and pieces that I chopped off something else and inked up to give myself the background. So this is it. And of course, you're only seeing, okay, so the flower is a die cut in the another flower again. So the flower is die cut in a blue textured cardstock. In the background here, you've got a strip, exactly says matching, balancing my flower. Okay, now top and bottom is also the one of the pom-pom borders. Let's not forget the sprigs right at the top. And the black dotty statement, 2 petals, would make super bunny ears. That's a good idea. See, Diane? See? Everybody sees something else. Amazing. That's absolutely true. Gosh, because I'm glad you said that. I am glad you said that because, right, hopefully, even before Easter, and right this moment, I'm going to show you because I've interrupted the flow of the presentation. Actually, today, I purchased my apples in this little cute container. And what I've decided to do is use this as a base to create, I can count how many strips I have. See, I am more organized than I think that I am. I'm impressed with myself. Right. So I'm going to use this base, okay, to create an Easter basket. So the Easter bunnies, the 2 petals, brilliant, genius idea, Diane, genius, honestly. So as you know, let me just count very quickly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, 10 is here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 21 strips. That's a lot. And I know it's a lot because I know when I die cut, obviously, how many actually I can use to create the weaving effect. Gosh, that is a good idea. 20 years. Right. So before Easter, that's what I will be doing on one of our live sessions. Okay, back to this card. And I think I've said everything to do with this card. So, of course, the wheat sprigs is not the actual, this is the large one, the tall wheat sprig, which, as you can see, is actually sticking out down here to create almost like a base for my flower. So there you go. Quick, easy, simple. Right. So right here. Now this one was the one that I showed on Hobby Maker before I started inking up my demo card using the delicate yellow ink pad. Honestly, I wanted to keep the other samples clean, okay, just literally not that much mixed media, but the weaving effect, okay, it is amazing for mixed media. So this card, okay, 5x7, but in a sort of landscape format is this one. I mean, look at this. Isn't this lovely? I mean, it's so spring-like. Oh, this way. So spring-like. It's so happy. So happy. Okay. So this flower, right? I might actually use that this evening because I will be making one of them. Another one I was planning, but I might actually change it. So this one is the same solid flower, as you know, but obviously just cut into. Right. So look, inked up 3 colors from the ink pad, and okay, the frame is here, the ornate frame, and that's it. Oh, there is a dragonfly. There you go, die cut in white. Thank you, Natalie. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. And the wheat sprig. So honestly, the collection is just interesting. The weaving plate gives you that interesting effect. But the roses here, I am actually loving them as well. Just I thought I mentioned, because they are from Blissful Roses, and I will be using some of them this evening as well, because I think they make a nice sort of add-on to our creations as well. So you can obviously, you getting 12 different colors in that collection, but the multi-pack, the collection will give you that. But individually, if you're looking at any of them colors, every color will contain the same color flower. So it doesn't matter whether you buy green or black, or the weave gives you such a textural effect. Exactly. I mean, honestly, it's amazing. And it's just, I feel, is so different. So I hope you agree with me. Right. But I have been so organized this time round that you will actually be seeing a lot of videos from me in the near future, because I've been organized. So I have so much content for you, which is pretty amazing even for me, to be honest with you. So evidently I'm getting better at this. So now I'm going to mention something, and I need your help. Well, kind of help, because I just thought, okay, that of course, when it comes to our YouTube channel, obviously, if you haven't subscribed to our channel just yet, then please do so, because you will be notified. Collection is so different to anything else around. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Really, really big thank you. So, okay, so about the YouTube channel. Okay, so some of you already subscribed, and it's great, and thank you. Obviously, I will have a lot more videos coming very soon. So even if I don't post it on Facebook, you would be obviously notified quite quickly. And I do hear the Facebook will only keep this live videos will only keep it for 30 days. So YouTube is the place to go, I suppose. Having said that, and I've just mentioned Facebook, and this is what I kind of thought I'm going to mention, because it seems to me like I've been stuck at this certain number on our Facebook, the number of followers, for a pretty long time. And I'm thinking, wow, why? And I thought, I don't normally do that, but this evening I just thought I ask if you could share, okay, a Facebook page to amongst your friends and colleagues and people you know. That would be great, because I don't know, just suddenly felt it would be great to get to 10,000. We are so close to 10,000, but like I said, for months and months I've been stuck at this number, and I'd like it to go up. But obviously, again, it's all down to you. So if you like, share our Facebook page, that'd be amazing. And if not, well, then obviously that's the way it is. So you have to save the video on Facebook and post it again. You have to save the video. Do I? You have to save the video on Facebook and post again. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought I would just automatically lose it after 30 days. See, you know more than I do. So that's amazing. So, okay, couple of things. I'm going to, as I'm obviously doing the demo, then I will be introducing a couple of concepts. But this evening, I'm not going to do the weaving on the actual blank card, because I just launched the video yesterday, and there will be another one soon. But I wanted to show you something, because the strips alone, and we've got 21 of them. Now, you could create things as simple as that, right? And it seems like, okay, what is it? But actually, it's a great corner that you could use for any size card. So if you have 8x8 and you obviously trim the ends, okay, so let me very quickly show you. Okay, right, I don't know if it's level, right? Obviously, I'm doing this back to front, but you get the idea, right? So that's obviously on 8x8. But if I have, and I'm using the pure craft card, because obviously you've got the contrast to look at. If you look at the smaller size cards, and of course, these strips can be moved as close to each other or as far apart from each other as you like. You then obviously trimming the excess and obviously joining them. However, if you only had Now this one, and literally your flower, okay, and let's say a couple of leaves, and this is just a very, very quick demo, and maybe doing it with overhead camera would be better, but okay, let me just show you. Right? Okay, I hope you get the idea. Simple, quick, and easy. Okay, and the message. And of course, this strip should be more to the side, but I hope you get the idea. Right, so things like that. So you can create not just the corners, but also squares. So ultimately, it's your frame. So yeah, even the simple strips. And what I do like about the strips is the fact that you've got that lovely stitched effect right in the middle. So it's not just a strip. It's a very effective strip. Okay, so that's amazing. Okay, so I think that's enough. Great idea. Thank you. Right. So let's do my first one. So we're going to swap the cameras. If you have any questions, Joanne. Hello, Joanne. Good evening. Good evening. Of course, great things about these sessions is you can always rewind them. Okay, so let's just switch the camera and we're going to crack on. Oh, we're a little bit frozen. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I don't know why. We are frozen. Why? Hold on. Right, I'm going to talk. What do I do?
I don't know. You keep talking.
Right, I'm going to talk, and this my husband's head is going to be right in the middle of her. Okay, so extra camera. I don't know what's happening. Okay, we're here. We're back on, I think. Yes. Right. Well, I don't know if you know, but today is actually a full moon lunar eclipse, right? So maybe that has something to do with that. I don't know. But anyway, so like I mentioned right at the beginning, I already prepared a lot of things for you. So I actually put together this background. Okay, and before I move on, let me show you what I used to create this background. I used, okay, obviously a weaving plate, but hello Tim, but I used a crackled grey cardstock. Right, so not white stock, but crackled. And basically, I wanted to give myself different shades, different colors, and ultimately more of a depth on my background. So hence why you probably are seeing different levels of texture in a way, and you've got obviously different colors. Now, what you're seeing here, right? This is actually an embossing powder, which is from Wow Embossing, which is called Diamond White, if you've got that one. However, this was just in order for me to show you the mixed media effect. So we're now diving into sort of coloring and adding other bits and pieces to create less clean but very interesting effect. Okay, so this is what I have already put together. And as you can see, I trimmed this background in places to give myself a very irregular kind of look. Now, that doesn't matter whatsoever. I've got a little bit of double-sided tape at the back. So I'm just going to remove this. And we're just going to add some literally quick hot glue gun dot and right here. I'm just going to very quickly bring it into my blank card. There you go. There you go. Okay. So that's all I have. And now let me just remove that excess of glitter. Did you then add purple inks to it? Absolutely, Joanne. Absolutely. So you do the weaving. And I'm choosing these demos purposefully for you because in my second demo, I will show you the same cardstock creating a different background. Oh, purple ink, the embossing powder. No, purple ink pads. For the purple, I used the Wilted Violet. And I've also used, I've also used the Adirondack Eggplant. Okay, so these two. But, there's so many different shades of, obviously, as you know, ink pads that you could use anything that is remotely close to, so it's like nice and matching. Okay, so I have my flower ready. I think we are stuck again. The camera is frozen again. You know, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why. I think we're losing some sort of connection today. I'm sorry. Just bear with us. So, oh, sorry. I don't know. I'm talking, so I'm going to unplug. Sorry. See, that never happened to us before. That is right. Yeah. Okay, hopefully this time is going to be okay. I'm blaming the moon. The eclipse. Okay, great. We're back on. I do apologize.
Talk quickly.
Talk quickly. I do apologize. But I don't know what's happening. Okay, so we have to keep an eye on, obviously, what's happening. So this is one of my flowers that I actually created from my video, Make 30 Different Flowers. All I did was I added the poinsettia stamens to that as well by simply cutting it in half and adding it half from this side and half from this side. Okay, so I've got the flower, and I also afterwards inked up obviously my petals. And this is why I always say it's great to have a selection of flowers, okay, already made up, because actually it can ultimately not just speed your crafting project up, but also it gives you a very quick idea of, you know, what you're doing and where you're going, and, you know, even adding even close enough flower to your arrangement can actually help visualize. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Right. Okay, so I've got my flower, and I also have this little tag which comes from a garden bloom. Oh my gosh, postcards and tags. So I will just literally add a little bit of the same color to my tag and leave it white. And I've got these roses here, which actually you will see in a moment that doesn't matter at all. Of course, we're going to actually mount it onto a blank card. And guess what kind of 3D pads I'm using right now? I might as well use them up. Ironic, right? So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to add some glue. I'm just going to pop it just here. Great. Okay, that's all I have. I also have loads of our leaves die cut in the textured green. I've got my twigs, obviously, and I also have some of the roses, as you can see here. Now, when you look at my flower here, die cut in the blissful roses, you will see the pink that is obviously showing through here. And that's exactly why I fussy cut my roses, because this color is matching beautifully. Right, so first things first, we're just going to go for a flower, but let's not forget that I also have a message, and this message is happy birthday, the small happy birthday from our wreath. I also have this little thing here, which is a wreath, and this is a waist from our dotty bubble circles. So I am going to stagger them together, but slightly offset it, just like so. And we're going to bring it to the mix. Right, so just somewhere here. Oops. That is the thing with the hot glue gun. Right, slightly stagger. That's it. All right. Oh my goodness. Look what's happening. I think the circle wants to come down. It's like, yeah. There you go. There you go. Stay. That's what I tell my Maya, my dog Maya. She's in bed now. Okay, so a little bit of natural fiber. Just here on top. And remember that the natural fiber you can always run through underneath something if you didn't do that earlier, so that's not a problem. And now we're just going to go for the flower. So there you go. Right in the middle, and we're just going to pop it here. So as you can see, I'm actually seeing very little of my tag now, but what I do have is this area here, which basically is adding something extra to my arrangement. So with regards to my leaves, I'm not going to ink them up. I'm just going to leave them literally just as they are. And I'm not going to, of course, add all of them in place at once. So I'm just going to pop one just here. Right. I obviously squeeze them in the middle to have them looking a little bit more raised. So just one here. And this one is going to go right here, my base. Okay, so that's all I have for now. And now we're just going to start adding our roses, beautifully matching with that. So obviously you've got the rest of your card to play with. But of course, the main feature, and this is, I'm kind of mentioning these things in a way, going back to what I talked about when we did the session Back to Basics. But, you know, if your main feature is, let's say, your background, which you did, what are the leaves called, please? The leaves are flower leaves, pack of four. So we've got several different leaves, but these are amazing, honestly, and of course quite easily, well, they're all nice and amazing, seriously, I love them. But you can snip them and separate them, of course, as most leaves, of course. Well, you know, but I don't know, Tim is looking probably for a picture for you. He will find in a moment. But these roses, going back to the background. So I don't want to cover my background. There you go. The picture of the leaves is showing now. So it's pack of four. But so we don't want to take too much away from our background, too much. So that's why we have to be just a little bit mindful about where we're going to bring our roses into the mix. So of course, I'm going to pop one here because it's right almost opposite. Sandra, good tip from you to glue a leaf rather than leaf stem and risk getting glue everywhere. Exactly. Now with the glue, ladies, if you like flowy look just like mine, okay, you don't need to glue it on the stem. No, green goes so well with violet. I know. Don't you just love it? And it's just not too much violet, but just right, okay? Well, I feel that, okay? But so we've got the flower, obviously, is matching with our elements on my main flower. And of course, I have a few more. And that is what we can do. We can just pick and choose. But at the same time, I know at the back of my mind that I also want to bring in some of my what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Wheat sprigs. That's it. Okay. So there you go. So just one here, wheat sprig. And the smaller one, because I've got 3 different sizes, is going to go, let me just raise this slightly. It's going to go somewhere higher, right? But behind my strip. So it's almost as if it's hiding, or well, trying to hide anyway. There you go. Just pick this bit up and just hide it. Right, so at this point, I'm seeing a little bit of green and a little bit of white, and that's that. And as you know, if you're familiar with our roses, the range Blissful Roses, you know there's like lots of flowers there, and some of them are actually like rose buds. So the bud is actually very good as well, because obviously now I've got a diddly little bud, and I will then bring it up here. Right, so hiding, but not too much. Okay, so I've got another leaf to go to use if I wanted to. But before we do that, I'm looking at my arrangement now, and actually I'm thinking, well, instead of too much green, because I've got my textured background, I am choosing to go for my wheat sprigs. So I'm going to separate them. I'm also going to give them a little curve. Okay, and there you go. 2 for now. Don't forget that if you wanted to add tiny amount of green, of course you can. So let's just begin with 1. So at this point, I'm actually seeing that I've got maybe too much of my pink. Maybe, I'm not saying I have, but the pink flower is, look, shining through my wheat sprig just right. So I've got my wheat sprig, but I also have my flower. All right, so it's natural looking now. So it's as if I've planned it. Okay, so then I'm going to add a tiny amount of green, and I'm just going to go with this behind my flower. So as I want to go behind my flower, and my glue is obviously obscuring that action, okay, I'm seeing peacock feathers. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea as well. Wow, see? Creativity over and over. I think that's a good crowd. So there you go. So just behind, and suddenly, obviously, I'm going here. Let's not forget there's certain, obviously, strips here that we've got to the side. They can be brought forward if we wanted to. I adore violets. Yes. Well, violet, actually, funny enough, is not my top favorite color. However, I do love seeing, I do love creating purple cards from time to time. And of course, I do love the purple with green. Beautiful combo. Okay, so I've got my 2 sprigs. And let's just add another one. And just tiny amount. And before we actually test it, we can actually see if we can fit something in. So here, it's a perfect spot because the wheat sprig is see-through. So obviously, I will still see my actual solid leaf. Okay, and let's go here, just like so. There you go. Okay, that's what we have. Lovely. Okay, I still have my green leaf, and if I decide to, I'm going to use it. But before I obviously proceed anywhere else, I'm going to add this rose, okay? This is the edge, okay, that you're getting right here. Okay, right here. Why? It's because my green is, again, corresponding with my green leaves here, and also I've got tiny amount of pink. Yes, I'm not seeing the solid rose, but that is not what I'm after. What I'm after is actually something that is what's the word I'm looking for? Working together, just like so, creating this lovely balance. Okay, so now I've got my leaves, and I'm gonna go with this one. And I just don't want to see it too much of this leaf, so I'm just going to pop it just there. And I'm tilting it because I literally just want the base to be flat. And you have to be careful with that, because obviously if you allow the glue to go flat, the leaf will go flat. If you just tilt, like I just did here, the top, the pick of the leaf will actually be raised. Okay, and then also it allows you the room to squeeze your leaves again if you wanted to. There you go. So now I've got the slim one here. Okay, and I know that I want my slim leaf to just go here. Right, so I'm just holding it in place as much as I can because I'm still seeing the rose. Okay, but I want these two here a bit to be lifted off. Okay, so that's all I have, but that's not finished yet because we now have a typewriter message, and I love our happy birthday wreath die. I do love it, but the wreath actually serving kind of two purposes for me. Is giving me a message, all right, but it's also ornate. So it's adding something, interesting, ornate to my arrangements. And of course, you get so many of you already know typewriter messages. So you're getting so many different messages that you find more than one message to actually work really well with, with happy birthday. So sending you lots of hugs. Happy birthday, of course, right? So I'm just going to pop it here. And that will be done on some 3D pad. I'm just going to use this one. Yeah, I might as well use the map. Suggestion of color with the hidden rose. Suggestion. Yes, that's exactly where it is. It's a suggestion of color. Absolutely. So I have my, oops. Packing paper doesn't want to come. Yep, it's coming off. All right, let me. Right, and of course we have a choice. Do we want to bring it under a message or over? And I'm just going to bring it under. I'm just going to bring it closer to my edge and leave it there. Right. Okay, so this actually, my card, it's almost done. Now I have, no, right, I have this tiny leaf from the Blissful Roses again. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring, just bugs me. It bugs me that this flower doesn't have a leaf. There you go. So there you go. I have my leaf. And look what I've just did. I smudged a little bit of my ink pad. So, but there is a solution for that, of course. And we're just going to go with some pearls. So let me know what you're thinking, as I will be applying some beautiful gems to my creation. Beautiful, thank you. So I'm just going to pop one here with the smudges and one here. And now, as I have two, obviously, I'm going to create a little cluster. So it has to be a third one. Okay. And now, as I have this pattern, I have to use a cluster of 3 elsewhere. Okay. So there you go. Right. 1, 2. And I'll just add here. Right. And that's actually quite nice because I have 2 different shades of purples. Simply beautiful. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. So I've got 3 different pearls, and of course, they will look really rather interesting. So this one, the biggest one, is going to go here. Then the lighter one is going to come here. And the darker one, and this darker one, beautifully, I mean, they all complement, obviously, everything, but this one is going to be the darker version, right? So what do you think to this? Okay. And we're going to do the same with one. So, do I have this? Yeah. Right. When you're using the tweezers for applying your cute gems, pretty little gems, just I find that the important thing is not to touch the glue with the tweezers, because then the tweezers are a little bit sticky, and then obviously your bead is being lifted off. Right, so onto this one. All right, and this one. And this one. So there you go. There you go. Okay, so my card is done. So let me just spin it around. Let me just show you closer. I don't want, well, the camera is, we have a different camera, so beautiful card. Thank you, Sandra. So you've got the 3 little gems. Stunning card. Thank you, Barbara. Love it. Okay, great. I'm so happy. And this is your background. And of course, if I didn't emboss my edges, obviously, the contrast of my background would be stronger, literally. Okay, but I think it's exactly what mixed media should be about. Not just a one color ink pad, not always anyway. Would be a beautiful Mother's Day card too. Thank you, Diane. I think it would, wouldn't it? So literally, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, but that's a good point. Okay, so let's move on to a card number 2. And let's not forget that I will be using the same color crackle. And let me just put it flat. The same color cardstock as I did to create this background. And later on, we will actually compare it and you will see the difference. Okay, so now most of my woven effects were basically tight. There is one that I used, so colorful. Thank you, Charlotte. I can't remember which one it was now. But if you watch my video tutorial, and you will see another video at one point, the woven effect was basically spaced up. And I actually used the actual typewriter message as my guide between the strips. Okay, so you could use all sorts of things, and one of the things you can use is actually your ruler or your cutting mat. Believe it or not, today I was looking for a cutting mat, and actually I was totally shocked to realize I haven't got one. I mean, I can't find it, but maybe I don't own one anymore. I don't know. But right, if you don't have something, well, we have to find a solution, another solution for it. Okay, so there you go. We're just going to use our eyes to get things straight. So for this one, the same color, of course, and I've got obviously all the strips here, and we're just going to be doing a background, but I'm not going to do a tight one. Actually, no, I want you to see that you can actually create as big gaps between them as you want. All right, and then you will see what's happening. So I think we're going to use 3. Okay. And look, I'm going with one just close to the edge, and I'm literally doing it all by eye. So then, right. So at this point, if you wanted to, okay, because I know what I'm going to be doing, right? So that's a little bit, so it's easier for me. So perhaps I should actually suggest this now. Okay, right. Let's do it. So I'm going to remove this strip, right? We know the gap. I'm going to remove this strip. I'm going to add, okay, tiny amount of glue and tiny amount of glue, right? And now I'm going to bring the strip over here. Right. Is it straight? I hope so. Let me just use a piece of card to realize the ends are not that important if they're straight. What's important is this strip. Okay. However, having said that, we can actually have a skew width background as well. Okay, so this gives me a bit of a starting point. Okay, because this woven effect will be a little bit loose. So when you're done with it, it might be a little bit more difficult for you to literally lift it off, flip it over, and then obviously secure it. That's why I'm doing it just like so. Right, so this one is simple, isn't it? Right on top, let's find the middle as precisely as possible. Okay, there you go. Yep, or maybe slightly to the side. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Right, so my next strip goes, of course, goes without saying, and over. Yeah, it would have been nice if the glue was already dry, but it's not, so never mind. Never mind. So I'm just leaving a gap like so. Right. Yeah, there's definitely minuses and pluses in every glue. Hot glue gun is great, but dries too quickly, and then you've got the hairy bits as well. So, and then PVA glue, sometimes it just doesn't dry as quickly as we want it to. Yeah, so there you go. These two I can actually adjust in a moment, so that's not a problem. Right. And I'm just looking for the gaps. Right. And over. That's fairly easy. These non-stack-on strips, I can, like I said, adjust. Okay, that's not a problem. More or less, yeah? There you go. Now, remember that if you wanted a tighter version, you can create a tighter version. Obviously, let's not forget that in my previous woven effects, you had really tight, so the strip was dead next to it. So you can decide how tight you're going to go for. Okay. All right, one more. And there is always a room at the top. Now, at this point, I would normally stop. Okay, I would stop and I would bring my blank card to the mix. And the blank card is A5 landscape. So the bottom glue is definitely glued on and stuck on. Okay, so I'm just going to bring it here. And just like on my previous one, do you know, is the PVA glue? Okay, now it's straight. Okay, so what I'm doing right at this point is trying to figure out if I want more strips. I'm going to go with a few more. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to end here. Right, so I'm happy. I am happy. And what I need to do is just right at the end, I need to glue the top one. So, see, maybe we should have done craft along with these strips because we want the beauty about the PVA is the fact that you can move it. So you can always adjust. But like I said, when it's so quiet, when I'm not saying anything, I'm always panicking that I'm too quiet. Okay. So we've got this in place, right? Okay. So I'm just going to remove this. I'm now going to flip over. So it's all in place, woven, and I'm just going to adjust. And from this point on, you will see how quickly you're going to go. All right. Straight. Are you still here, ladies? Okay, I think that's it. See, on my own, I would. Straight? Is it straight? I think so. Oh, yes, Julie says. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, if it's not perfectly straight, I hope you can forgive me. Mesmerizing process. Well, thank you. Thank you. I actually always think that it's you might find it boring. Okay. So now you see, as promised, it will go much quicker. But just with my hand, I've moved it. Here you go. Double-sided tape. Another strip. That's fantastic. Now this one, let's straighten this one. And all I need to do is just literally secure this bit and a little bit in the middle, because of course weaving in and out. Trim down, that is a trellis for flowers to grow up. Well, thank you. Thank you. But ultimately, I am still making a background or a picket fence for rabbits to hide behind. Also, a great idea. I mean, we can have a window as well, not boring at all. Thank you, Maria. I'm so glad to hear it. It was busy concentrating as well on what you were doing. Yes, yes. So, well, thank you for being here, for staying here as I'm doing this little, process. Yeah, I had it too short, but never mind. Okay, so now I'm going to be obviously, I can either trim now or I can trim later. And this one isn't straight, but you get the gist, right? Okay, so let me just flip it back. And these actually are annoying me because my double-sided tape was too short. Okay, so let's just add, let's not skimp on the double-sided tape. And let's add, right, okay, now you will not be going anywhere. So this is all I have, and it's easy tape to actually remove the backing paper from. 2 strips, and we are good to go. I said easy. Okay, what? There must be something wrong with me today. There you go. And I will add a drop of glue. I know that one of my strips isn't straight, but I will have to forgive myself and just move on. All right, so as a little change, I'm just going to bring my background to this side. There you go. This one is bugging me. Sorry, ladies, but it's bugging me. I have to remove it if I can. No, I can't. All right, too bad. So staying on. Okay, is the eclipse, full moon, and the gremlins coming out to play? Well, it must be, Maria. It really must be. I tell you, today, I mean, things were just not panning out the way they were supposed to. Actually, we nearly actually cancelled this Facebook Live because we couldn't log in to our platform when we're streaming live, and we couldn't understand why. And we've never, ever, ever had that issue. And I'm thinking, what's going on? And prior to that, there was something else and something else and something else. And you think, goodness me, what else? What else is going to be happening? So there you go. Apologies for missing the last few minutes, but I will watch on catch up. Oh, Thank you. Well, that's okay. Absolutely okay. So there you go. Now, from my last Facebook Live, I don't know if you remember, I think it was back to basic, I think, that I actually curved my dotty lines like so. And we could do exactly same thing with these strips, but I'm not going to do that. And that's because I wanted you to see literally the waist. Okay. So we can cut it straight, we can cut it obviously slightly skew with, whatever you choose. Right, just add here. And these, of course, can be used to create something that I show you on my third card. And of course, we can trim these in more if we want to. Okay, fun. So I've got the base, so I've got the background, okay, and it's just the background. So now I have a lot of flowers done already, but I thought I will put one from scratch. And before I do that, let me finish my wheat wreath, okay? So as you can see, I started with my wreath, okay, and I started gluing this wreath onto the waist again, okay, from our dotty bubble circles. White, slim, you can't see, and that's literally as easy as that. So for this purpose, I'm going to be using the smaller wheat sprig. There is no such thing as waste with your product. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Di. So, right, PVA glue. Although actually for this, I'm happy to go with the hot glue gun. Well, maybe not that much, but let me just go. And I'm actually going like kind of halfway. All right, halfway. Raise this one, and in fact I could raise every single one of them. So the glue is stuck onto my table a little bit, but that's easy to lift off. And that's my wheat sprig wreath. Okay, I don't need to go all the way to close the circle because I know I will have a flower there. But you know, if you, well, I can add one more, but I don't need to because in a moment you will see why. Okay, it's just for the purpose of actually just almost completing. I actually think that this particular wheat sprig would make very nice Christmas fern wreath as well. So there you go. Because unless you look at this wreath closely, really closely, you can't really tell. I hope you're agreeing with me, but you can't really tell. So this is my wreath and it's done. Okay, before I will obviously carry on with the rest, let me just put my flower together. And of course, I have this collection here of my flowers, and I could have quite easily picked one or two from my collection. And of course, I've got a grey, so the pink would look amazing with that. Obviously, I've got the black one. I have solid pink with the ornate center. I have the blue, but I thought I would put the this flower from scratch for you, and I'm going to use exactly the same cardstock, but I will be making a version of this one. I will actually make more intricate flower than this one, and then we will bring it into our background. So next thing is I've got 2 white layers, 2 gray, but the top layer will be the smallest. And I also have my centers die cut as well. So we're going to bring them in a moment. But I want to put this flower together. And if you watch my video tutorial, you can see that I'm using these lovely little circles here. And although you can use these strips as well. Okay, absolutely. No problem at all. I suggest also the waist, the circles from our presentation boxes. But sometimes actually they are too small for for the gaps. So I actually find the circles from a trellis panache, because you're getting several sizes, to be the best. Okay, so very quickly, I'm going to go with the white one. And of course, all I'm going to do is just literally add glue in 3 places. And then obviously you will see why 3 places. and I'm not too bothered about the mess that the glue is making. Of course, as you know, the glue, we have to be fast with this hot glue gun. So there you go. It's not even exactly central, but that's not a problem. Let's just remove the hairy bits. Okay. And now a crafter never wastes anything, can always find a use for it. Exactly. Exactly, Renee. Exactly. I used to work with a friend that was called Renee as well. Okay, so now I've got my PVA and we're closing that like so. My next layer is going to be my crackled grey, but I raised my petals slightly, and of course, as my petals are raised, I need these triangles to be sort of down. It's number one, it would be easier for me to bring it and stick it on. I'm just going to apply the glue in opposite direction. And I'm just going to align it. Obviously, I'm just using it in two places now because, as you know, it's the time. Okay, there you go. And the other ones, we're just going to use the PVA glue. Right, so for this one, I was waited a little bit too long. Oh, I think that's my dog. Right, so here, oh, there you go. Stack on here. So, yeah, we just have to be a little bit patient with the glue. That's all. But us crafters are super patient, aren't we? So now, white again. And I'm just going to just literally bend my triangles a little bit. And on this occasion, I'm just going to use one point for my hot glue gun. Okay, because they do dry super quickly, of course. And I do need to align it perfectly. All right. There you go. Oops, lost it. Now, so how many of you ladies are using hot glue gun when crafting? I'd like to know. All right, and just here. Nearly there. And just getting this one ready as well. And so quiet. Tend to use over and pin flare. Yeah. Yeah, just a matter of being patient. Come on. That's always the case, you know. I don't use a glue gun. I just normally burn my fingers. Oh, burns my fingers. Can do. Of course it can do if you're not careful. Well, if we're removing it quickly, yes. So there you go. So this is my flower, which I use a hot glue gun in my crafting. Yes, I do, Madeline. As you can see, I love the hot glue gun, but like every glue's got some benefits, right? So obviously now, unlike the pink flower, this one has 4 layers. So I'm going to actually bring a 3D pad in the middle of the my center in a moment. And of course, this way I would level up my make a sort of bridge for my circle. Okay, so I'm nearly ready to tidy up my flower. At the moment, it looks a bit messy, doesn't it? Okay, so right now I'm just going to add a nice dollop of glue. I know that 1 or 2 places really I could have just tackled a little bit more, but you know, when you're demoing something to the audience. Oh, I know why your finger could have burned, because when you sometimes removing it, yes, definitely, we can get long silicone finger sleeves for hood glue gun. Yes, I've never actually owned one, but yeah, no, what I just did with the hot glue gun, absolutely. But I don't tend to do that. I obviously always have a strip bit of card, straight edge, and that helps removing not just the hot glue gun, but also your PVA glue. So always handy to have. Yeah, I like the hot glue gun. I like the speed that I work with. Okay, so now we can obviously adjust the flower so we can have like a sort of bouncy little thing. All right. And almost there, almost there. And honestly, this would look lovely as a little Christmas decoration. So I have my ornate centers, and I'm just going to add. Actually, I'm going to go for the hot glue gun because it's not dancing, it's not moving. So I'm just going to go for a large one. And yep. And then I'm going to bring the small one as well. Oh, a moderator is letting you know about the discount. Right. There you go. And I'm just going to alternate. There you go. Right, for the center, with the center, I'm going to wait in a moment. But look at this. Look at these 2 flowers. Okay. Right, and I haven't even chosen the center. Doesn't that ornate part of the die looks amazing? Honestly, I am loving it, loving it. Okay, so I have this 2 grays, and I also have a white center. So it's busy, it's ornate, and it's lovely. And then, of course, on top of that, I'm going to bring my white as a contrast. I'm using 2 colors, and now is the white one. So I can just align almost, but not exactly these 2. So you can see the difference, right? And when we're talking about centers, right, this is what I have. I have my bow, and this is a very delicate twine. So I'm just going to add this lovely twine to my flower. Oops, as a center. All right. There you go. I'm just going to hold it because obviously it is a twine. And then literally the center will be something different again, because what I am going to use, I'm going to use the message from the typewriter, smile, but I actually curved it literally like so. Can you see it? Like that. And this message is going to go literally curved in the middle. But before we do that, obviously, it's handy to find something that you could actually rest this message on. I think I did something like this on my, I believe, Christmas card. I love making these things because, now, hold on a minute. I actually find something else than my blue. It would be nice to be raised, but it also would be nice to be something else. Look, for years I've had this little football baton. I've never found a use for it. And things like that actually could be quite useful, because it's almost like I want a flat base here, okay, but it's not curved enough, so I have to keep looking. So here. Well. You know, I'm just going to go with the blue bead as I intended. I don't know about you, but I do rummage through my beads, my centers a lot, really. So let's go for my first choice. And let's pop this message on. Right. So now I'm gluing it and I'm holding it. Okay. And now we're just going to bring it onto my center. No, we're just going to bring it here. There you go. Okay. There you go. I think I'm done. Let me show you. The filigree of the flower would make beautiful snowflakes for Christmas. Oh, delicate flowers on their own. Yes, they would actually. You are right, Maria. Absolutely lovely. Okay, just maybe not exactly in the middle. Obviously, today I'm not even in the middle. You know, I've noticed that must be the eclipse. It really must be. Anyway, something to remember. Okay, so I've got that here. And right. Just tuck. I've got a little bit glue that I'm seeing and I'm not happy with that, so I'm just going to remove it. Okay. Gone. Thank God. That really would have bugged me. Okay, so we've got that. So I have that. I also have made it always worth looking in charity shops. Yes. And necklaces. Yes, necklaces. That's what I do. Any old necklaces, I'm definitely destroying, breaking into small bits and pieces. And now that's my glue, ladies. It's the leftover. Honestly. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to have to laugh. Right, there you go. So I'm just going to place one in the middle of the other. Now, these two layers are actually, okay, the centers from our dotty bubble circles, okay? So that's what I have. This one is going to go with 3D pad, and you will see in a moment. So I'm just preparing all the bits and pieces, and we then will start putting everything together. Yeah, I will run out of these soon. Okay. I know I've mentioned this before, but I never go with the 3D pads or double-sided tape too close to the edge. See? Let's just apply some glue. Really, I need another bottle, really, more full. Okay. And now I'm just going to bring it here. Okay. Just like here. Right. Getting there. Now, I do have a dotty bubble circle, which is basically the waist here, like as you can see. But I also have, okay, my flower, and this is where the fun begins. I have my flower in the same shade as my trellis. Let's call it trellis, right? And I also have my beautiful wreath, wheat wreath. So, a lot of choices, but basically my wreath is more or less the same size as the pink. Now, by moving it to the one side, I'm revealing a little bit of pink. And the pink is important because actually on this card, I will be bringing roses together as well. Okay, so for now, I'm going to leave this lovely wreath to the side. and bring my trellis here. Okay, just like so. So now I know that I'm going to trim this one and this one. And now I'm going to add the glue. Yeah, it's flowing better now. It's upside down, of course. Okay. There you go. Right. Hopefully everything will begin to make sense now. So I also have this large one here, which again, I want to pop it here, but look what happens. There is a 3D pad. So if I'm gonna pop it here, obviously I need something to be removed from these, from the roses. There you go. Now it's tucked in. Make sense? Right? Okay. And even at this point, anything that you're seeing to do with my roses can be trimmed. This one doesn't have to go this direction, or this one. That can be trimmed in a moment. The only amount of glue I applied was literally on these main points. Okay, right. So again, I've got this. And of course, I've got more roses. I've got 2 more and some leaves. Okay, so what do we do next? Next, we obviously bring our flower to the mix, which is going to be a main feature, right? And saying smile. Okay, great. So now I also know that I'm going to bring some natural fiber. Okay, let me just pull some. Okay, so I've got my fiber here. And now the decision is what we're going to do. Are we going with the reef, beautifully solid green here on its own, or are we bringing a dotty bubble circles here? What do you think, ladies? What would you prefer? What would you like? Let me know in your comment. Okay. Right. In the meantime, as this is placed here, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tackle my trellis with my roses again. So you let me know what you think, and I just go with you. Okay. It's a little bit of glue and top tip, cutting an arch so it fits under the circle panel. Thank you, Diane. Absolutely. Cutting, making things work for you. That's what I like. Right. If you don't like something, change it. Okay. We don't have to, well, if we can change it, we change it. Because in crafting, we do actually have that control. Not in many things in life, but in crafting, we do. So there you go. And that's why, you see, my strips here and there, they were not necessarily solid, because now at any point I can lift them, okay, add things to it if I wanted to, or leave them be. Right. So again, so anyone, any comments? What shall I do with my dotty bubble circles? Right. I am choosing to go with something on top. Something. Right. And now thinking about it, okay, actually, as I always have these things die cut, always in front of me, I think I'm going to go for the spiral. Just a reef for me. Okay, Julie, how about I show you the dotty spiral reef, okay, and then you see, because you do have a point, just a reef, or 2, just a reef, brilliant, 2 ladies, just a reef. Anybody else? Okay, anybody else? Just a reef. Okay, let me just very quickly tackle my dotty spiral. And I'm just going to actually weave it in and out. All right. So 2 of you ladies want just the reef. Okay, we can make the decision in a moment, but let me introduce this. Right, so I've made this reef only. Okay. So basically, you're saying what I'm doing now is pointless. I like the spiral to make them more delicate. Thank you, Dave. No, the thing is, as you know, this is one of the things that I love about crafting. Well, the versatility, options. There's so many different possibilities, and yeah, choosing which one we're going to choose is, well, okay. So this is my dotty spiral. So in my opinion, my personal opinion, yes, it has to be the spiral, doesn't it? Thank you, Barbara. And I think Di was saying the same. Okay, it has to, because for me personally, the reef is just now you need to surprise us with the idea. Well, I'm going with the spiral, Diane. I am, because for me, I do need it. Okay, so and don't forget, we can always move the spiral like in places. If you, by any chance, like this, I do like the spiral, thank you, Julie, decided that you actually made your reef a little bit too big, don't worry, the layered reef is gorgeous. Yeah, thank you. But look, the spiral is glued on, but don't forget, by literally shortening it in one place, well, bending it, you are shortening the reef. So even after you made the reef, you could make it shorter. I mean, that's the kind of freedom I like. I don't know about you ladies. So I like spiral as I bought this die, but not used it. You haven't used it yet, Sandra. Oh no. I love the dotty spiral. I like the dotty spiral. Thank you, Madeleine. Okay. Well, spiral it is. Okay. So there you go. Spiral it is. Right. There you go. So I've got my spiral. Again, I can always adjust in a moment. And now I'm ready to actually go and start applying these things. Right. So lovely. Lovely. My reef, Renee is saying dotty spiral. Yeah, dotty spiral it is. So lovely. Okay, so it's nice, bouncy, flowy. And now I'm just going to bring the, I'm making sure that this end will be where my flower will be. So, okay, I'm just a little bit of glue. And I'm going to actually, on this occasion, apply a little bit to the opposite side. And now we're just going to be slightly offsetted. Okay, so I want to see the pink. This pink from Dotty Card is beautifully matching my roses. Okay, beautifully. Right. Okay, so now I'm going to literally bring my Dotty and I'm just going to literally position it over my reef. And of course, anything else can be adjusted. I mean, look at this. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing about the reef, then you need to sort your predictive text. Oh, yeah. So look what happens here when you've got this dotty spiral here, and you could actually pick one of the twigs, okay, and then you could actually maneuver in and out as you want to, okay, or a little bit anyway. So one down, one up, and so on. So it's really great way of actually, having fun with your arrangements. So let me just pick this. There you go. There you go. Yes, so what do you think to this, ladies? All right. Well, I think we made a right decision. Okay, but however, the reef on its own would have looked beautiful anyway. Yes, spiral, lovely. Yes, I mean, yeah, it would have looked lovely anyway. Okay, so now my flower is going to go here, and look, is going to be right on top of everything else. And because I don't want to obviously squash anything, I'm checking it that is going to be higher than everything else below. And it is, because there's nothing worse like doing this lovely flower and then it just dips in. Okay, that is lovely. So look what's happening. Now my roses, the ones which I already have in the background, they're kind of like more delicate looking now, right? I hope you agree with me. So I'm just going to remove my bow. Lovely. I have obviously other messages to come as well. But let's look at the roses around here. Let's look at the balance. Okay. Personally for me, and this one is unnecessary here because it just is too heavy. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to literally cut it into. And I do have delicate scissors somewhere else, but not handy. So I'm going to be very careful. Right, I'm going to be very careful not to chop my strip. Right, so what do you think? Was I right, ladies? Yes. Well, sorry, I was... but it was too heavy. So where is this flower going to go? Look, it could go anywhere, okay? It doesn't have to. You don't have to see the rose. You don't have to. You just sending a delicate message of the pink that we want to show. So it doesn't have to be full on rose. In fact, sometimes, and I'm going to show you this, sometimes when you have something like this and it's important for you to have a color, why don't you cut it in half? And I'm going to demonstrate what I mean. So now a little bit of glue. Now my glue started flowing nicely. Okay, so look, half of my rose I'm literally going for here. Okay, half. Okay, I have the color. Sigh of relief for Tim not having to find a particular pair of scissors again. Well, it's actually my fault, Diane, because I used them for something, and then I couldn't remember what was that for. So there you go. So this is absolutely fine. Now you have another bit. So let's actually force ourselves to use it, because normally I would actually stop by now. Okay, I think I'm okay with pink, but because I've trimmed it, let's literally add one just here, but as little as possible, literally as little as possible. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so just a drop of glue, as little as possible. Because I literally just want to demonstrate that, yeah, you've got one rose, but it depends what you're doing. So therefore, don't waste it. Don't necessarily waste it. And then we've got another one like here. And of course, is nicely sort of adding something to it as well. So we've got the wheat spread used in a slightly different way to, just adding to the arrangement. We've got obviously the wreath that we've created, and that's great. So I am actually going to use this one as it's more solid, just simply to cover up my rose a little bit. Okay, yeah, just this one. Okay, so just a little bit, and I'm just gonna add one drop of glue just here and just here. Okay, right. Now, as a main bigger message, longer message, and I could have used different messages. We also have other diddy little messages, but I'm going to go for happy birthday, just for a change. As we don't have the wreath, happy birthday wreath, we're going to go with this one. Okay, and actually the background behind our typewriter messages also is the from the Blissful Roses. So it's even that, it's beautifully matching. Okay. Right. And again, the same decision. What do we do? Do we place a message over, or do we place a message under? I'm actually going to place my message over and under, just like here. Okay. But I do need a pad. And in fact, I do need double the pad. Okay, so that one is going here. So although these are actually quite deep, I think I should be okay. Not no, I was right the first time. See, I didn't actually glued on. I didn't actually stack on. I didn't. Yeah. Good. So another pad. Even though they're actually quite deep, really. Here. Now the fun part. Here you go. And then, yep. So. All right. I'm definitely happier now. Okay, so it's 3D. It's bouncy. And then here, it's now obviously raised by my reef. So, okay, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, we could actually, okay, glue it to our reef if you wanted to. But that is being so fussy, to be honest. I think, let me just see if it's straight, and then I'm just going to remove the okay. Right. So this is my second card. Almost done. Of course, I could go for, I have a little. Right. My husband just told me that we've been going for 2 hours, ladies. Now, question for you. Would you like me to still proceed with the last demo? Gosh, I never realized it's been 2 hours already. Okay, so let's leave this as it is, okay? And very quickly, in the meantime, I will wait for your comment. In the meantime, I'm going to show you these two. Right, so ultimately, these strips die cut in the Blissful Crackle, grey card. Oh, Rona says yes. Oh, thank you. Blissful in the Crackle, okay, it's basically the same cardstock as this one. And you could clearly see, because obviously I did show you at the beginning, but also you even seeing the like a crackled effect here. Okay, so that is from the same stock. That is exactly the same. So two, I mean, completely different cards, because well, in theory, I've used exactly the same products. Okay, apart from maybe one or two changes, like the Dotty Spiral as opposed to Happy Birthday. If it's okay with you and you are not too tired. Well, oh, Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Thank you. I mean, okay, anybody else would like to go on for another quick demo? Because I know, gosh, I've never realized it's been 2 hours. Beautiful. But anyway, I think these demos are actually quite interesting and important because, what we can create with clean cardstock. And when you look at my trellis card that I started with, which actually, let's be honest, it didn't look that exciting. It didn't look as exciting as this woven effect, right? Let's be honest. Okay, to then later on end up with this. Okay, it's interesting, right? And this is it. I find this kind of little things just the icing on the cake in our crafting world. Okay, what else can we do, and how else we can surprise ourselves? Right. Okay. So they are both stunning. You could only make beautiful cards with all your days. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Sandra, if you are tired, you can show us on the next slide. If you carry on, I will still be here. Do you know what? I can go on if you want to, because I've prepared it, and for the next live, I think I would come up with something else and I will forget about it. The next one, actually, it's almost ready and it's going to be super fast. So let's do this. My dog's been fed. She has been walked for miles today. Okay, so I think she'd be happy. My husband's been fed as well. I've been fed. I think we're okay. Yes, please. Okay, great. So we're going to have 3 cards as planned. Wow. Is it me? Do I talk too much? Right. Okay. So I'm going to be super, super fast, literally giving you an idea. Okay. So the first thing, and the purpose of this demo was actually to show you that this little way, this background is the leftover diddy little strips that I put together into this, right? Inked up, and that was die cut in white cardstock. So literally, even the small strips. And that is why, don't forget what you could do with these from the last demo. Okay. I mean, a quite busy background, I reckon. Okay, so a lot. So basically, I couldn't remember, because I did create this before my TV show, so I couldn't remember what colors I've used, but I roughly know what colors I work with. So I was just guessing whether I used red or pink and red, but I decided that the abandoned coral was just the color. And what I also did, I die cut these two large and small flowers, solid one, okay, in the this is the raspberry crackle card, raspberry, and then I added the ink pad, right? And basically it changes, okay. And the reason why I'm using this is because I was putting this card together around the background that I created a couple of weeks ago. And I wanted to do that on purpose for you, okay? Because this, as we know, it's a waste. So we can make something from anything. So let's ink up this particular one. This is abandoned coral. I also have candied apple as well here. And no, I couldn't remember precisely which one I used, but I promise you, ladies, we will not go wrong. Okay, so candied apple first. Okay, inking up. Not too much. All I want is literally something that is matching, obviously, my background. And let's not forget, we can also ink up the background. Okay, so, okay, look. It's already changing the color. All right. So whatever you made 2 weeks ago, doesn't matter. You could still make it again and do something else. Right. So the colors are even closer still, right? Okay. So now let's close this pot and let's use the candied apple. Right. Okay, candied apple. So, as you know, dye-based ink pads, they sort of blend themselves into one color, and basically that's the beauty about it. So you honestly can't go wrong. Okay, so that's just very, very quickly, and we are done. Okay, so let me just clean my fingers a little bit. Okay, right, ready to go. So I've made these ribbon flowers for this card because I'm actually going, which is very unusual for me, I'm going to make a DL card, okay? A DL card. So my flowers, okay, is great to have, I was going to say, large flowers on DL. Of course, we can do that. But I wanted to, I've got so much to put on that card that I needed my flowers to be smaller. Sorry. Okay, so come on. It's the hot glue gun, so I will be as quick as possible. It's almost as being on TV. Always looking at time, and time is running out. Gosh, 2 hours. Okay, very quickly, 2 more. So these flowers, honestly, they are amazing for this kind of idea. And I believe when I showed you the sample, one of my samples, when I cut into it, I promised you that I will do this on this one. But we'll see. Maybe next tutorial, because, okay, I'm going to be super fast. Wow, 3 petals. One. Gosh, yes, bunny ears. Was it Diane? Yeah. Okay. Right, let me just secure them first. Okay, and we're going to lift them off. And of course, I'm going to pop the small one inside of the large one. Okay, so there you go. Now, if you obviously haven't watched a video about making 30 flowers from one die, then, and you want to see how I made the sort of frayed flower based on this concept, then please watch that video. Otherwise, obviously, we can do it in a next video tutorial or something like that. Okay, as you can see, I've got loads of bits and pieces, scraps, literally, and I left them here on purpose because we're going to be making another quick but interesting background using scraps. So I had something like this, and as you can see, I could have used it for my rose. Yes, I could have done. We're not going to go mad on roses on this demo, but I wanted basically to bring scraps into a blank card where I'm literally creating something interesting and, most importantly, adding this little beauty. Okay, so I'm not going to overthink it, literally, and we're going to go for it. Shall we? Okay, so we're just going to go for it and we'll see what happens, because normally I would probably just, spend a moment or two thinking and doing that. But you see, I'm just lifting it because I can always tear into it, or I can tuck something underneath. Okay, so this one is actually great. Collage background, exactly. Okay, so this is good. So I'm gonna obviously, yes, and I could have ink tapped my background as well. And in fact, on some corners you could, okay, just for the purpose of bringing the colors together. And right, as an argument's sake. So literally, we are not overthinking on this one. So imagine yourself having bits and pieces on your desk. We should do something about crafting crazy like that, speedy crazy. Checking stuff. My dice have arrived. One day next week, I'm going to have a go at making the 30 flowers from your videos. Well, wonderful, Sandra. That is wonderful. Okay, so this is what we have. Right. Now, at this point, I'm just going to literally bring my background here. Great. I still have already room here, room there. So let's not overthink it. Let's go for it. I'm just going to literally go for it because this demo is super speedy. Like, ready, steady, go. Okay. We should actually do something like choose a scraps and craft with them. Okay. Okay. So what do you think to this, ladies? It's nice, isn't it? Okay. Definitely interesting. Okay. So obviously I need some fiber, not too much because I only have my DL card, so just like so. And I do want to showcase my background, and that's important because what's the point having a background when we then going to hide it? And the purpose, of course, of this tutorial or this demo is for us to see the weaving plate used to create this little background. So, okay, so if I went with my flowers just literally like here, I would probably cover it up. But again, that's what I'm talking about. It's a little bit pointless, right? So obviously, what can we do? Where can we stick it on? And of course, let's not forget, these two are very close to each other. So if I place my pink flower on top of my background, I'm kind of going to lose the flower, which is why 3 flowers are essential. So literally, I'm going to start with this point and I'm going to go with white. And the white is going to be literally here. Okay, like so. It's lovely. Thank you, Maria. Then I'm going to go with the same gray. And this gray, by the way, ladies, is matching my waist. That's why I'm using it. Okay. So my gray's here. Okay. Yes. And here is my red. So I'm just going to pop it just literally like here in a nice, tight arrangement. Okay. Makes sense? All right. I hope that's where you can, right, my fiber, I can pull it out here and there if I wanted to. Right, okay, I'm happy with that. Don't forget, I still have the waist. I still have bits if I wanted to add. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add my dotty falls. I thought, why not add some dotty falls on this demo? After all, I've changed some dies in each demo, so I thought this would be a good idea. I'm actually gluing them together, just ever so slightly. Yes, and at this point, you have to be careful not to burn yourself. I agree. So don't forget that the dotty falls are so fabulous we can actually move them to the side afterwards if we're not exactly happy. And actually, as my glue, funny enough, is still not dry, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to pop my leaf very quickly in there. There you go. Right. Tilt. Lovely. So that's the beginning of our arrangement. So my I'm losing the names now of my dice. The dotty balls are going here, and right, I've got 3 leaves here, and I know that I can see a little bit of my I love the dotty falls. Yeah, me too, Suzanne. I love them. They're just so well, delicate is the word. But I'm going to pop these 2 just like so. But from the front of my card, I can see that I can see the end of my dotty fall. So that's why I separated my leaves, because this one is going to go right at the top, just to cover that element. All right. There you go. Look what happens. All right. So this one now is going to go here, behind my mount. Lovely. Let's not forget, I've got my sprig as well, wheat sprig. So I'm just going to very quickly kill it. And as I'm touching white to, I will be adding white to white. I just thought it would be a good idea to ink up a little bit. Okay, lovely. So when it's done, then we're just going to do pretty much a similar thing, but not exactly visible like totally. Just going to add in and out from underneath here. Yeah, just like so. Right. I know I'm using the word right a lot. Okay. And these 2, brilliant. But now I have the small one. And that's why we give you different sizes of sprigs in one set, because yes, you don't always want just one size. Oops, this one is almost too long. So very quickly change your tweezers. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so when it comes to flower arrangement, it's nice to actually have 2 different ones. Okay, so I'm coming up to the top, and basically now I've got these leaves, and I'm actually only going to apply the glue here. Just like so. Right. I don't know if you do this, ladies, but actually when I do craft, I kind of look pop the card right in front of me at times. So that always is very helpful. So that's what I just did. And I'm going to add one more wheat sprig here. And this one is actually going to be very, very, very gently inked up with green, but just like, look, a smidgen, because I want this to go there. I don't want it to be too visible, white. Okay, it's just here. And then we're just going to tackle the small one. I only have, I think, one small one left. So I'm just going to have to stick to one. All right. So this is where I am. And we obviously definitely needing centers for our flowers. I also have a small dotty bubble circle, okay? And we can decide whether we want the small dotty bubble circle or the dragonfly. And the dragonfly is die cut in a parchment cardstock. Again, lovely, right? But look, busy, very busy, okay? Focusing on flowers, okay? That's what I want. I want my flowers to pop. These two to kiss each other almost, but well, close, but not too close, okay? Now, and as a little exercise just for you, because I know that I'm going to go with the dragonfly, but I want to show you that, you know, just right in front of your eyes, right? If I just snip my dotty bubble circle, okay, and pop it just like there and here. Okay, obviously I would have to work with that. Oh, there you go. There you go. Look. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so for the time being, unless I'm going to look at it a couple of times, I'm going to leave it as this version. Okay, but I have this little floral bud here as well. Bud. Okay, and I'm just going to add this one. Just there. Okay, I've just noticed I've got this lovely leaf here as well. And all of these, like fussy cut bits and pieces from our waste, you know, they are very, very useful. So, right, and no, I'm going to pop it here. There you go. Just here. Okay, so what are we thinking, ladies? Let me know what you would like, and I will then look for my beads. That's a big one. Okay. No, it's not exactly perfect color, but it's nice and big, so I'm just going to use it. And then I've got this lovely pink. Okay. Okay, and we definitely need a pearl one. Oops. Works really well. So which one do we prefer? Do we prefer not too big? Yeah. Yes, well, I love playing with centers. I love this card. I think it's my favorite one tonight. Well, that glad to hear, Rona. You see, that's why I'm happy we just carried on. There is something cute about DL cards, I must say. The slimness of it, definitely. Beautiful, my favorite, Natalie said. Well, I'm glad to hear it because obviously we're making it. So that's wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to very quickly, I've picked my centers and maybe they're not what I would have normally gone for had I had more time. Let me just see if I want to swap here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I like the circle. Lovely. Okay. Okay. Anybody else wants to go for the dotty bubble circles? Well, anyway, this session, this card is just for an inspiration purpose only. You get to see. Sandra says, "I like the circle, but either would look stunning." Exactly. That's what I was going to say. This is literally just for you to see that you can't really go wrong. I mean, this one is throwing literally your leftovers in the middle of a card. And because I like the circles, it draws the eye as the exactly focal point. But it's great because this is your DL card. So it's nice. It's cute. if you can actually call your ADL card cute, but it is cute. It's definitely more manageable by eye than your 8x8, let's say. Okay, so let's say I'm going to leave the circle in here. Right, okay. So love the circle. Okay, Catherine. Okay, ladies, circle it is. Because we actually, yes, we don't have that much time. So rather than me playing, I mean, look, we could have added the dragonfly, but okay, let's keep the circle. As you all say, it looks lovely anyway. And we could carry on. Maybe normally I would have added maybe one more leaf there, but this is just for the purpose of inspiring, ladies. And I hope I've achieved that this evening. Okay, because by the sound of things, most of you already received our latest die collection. Okay, so these video tutorials, obviously, well, this session was just there maybe to refresh your memory. Okay, but let's not forget, I am busy at the moment editing all the videos I created and put together for you. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. Otherwise, you could find out about them on our Facebook, please. And please share our Facebook. So obviously, probably, hopefully, our numbers will go up this year. But totally inspired. Thank you. Well, that's great. And I loved all the cards tonight, but I like the first one and this one. Exactly, ladies. Okay, I will be posting the pic. Thank you for your demos tonight. No, you're very welcome, Rona. And honestly, it's been my pleasure. And obviously, thank you again. Wow, I've learned so much, so many crafty tricks tonight. Love everything you do, Anna Marie. Thank you for sharing your beautiful cards. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be doing this favorite part of mine if it wasn't for you, because you tune in every time. Okay, you motivate me, you encourage me, you give me love, and the love you gave me before the hobby maker show was amazing. So that really meant a lot to me, and I thank you every time. I thank you, and I am overwhelmed at times. So because of you, I'm doing this fun part. So no, it's been my pleasure every single time. So I'm glad you've enjoyed yourself. Please take advantage of our exclusive Facebook and YouTube live session discount, because it only goes out to you while you're watching it. So it will expire on Monday, so literally this evening, tomorrow, Saturday. And yeah, so hopefully everything will be absolutely fine, liked and shared. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Liked and shared Facebook. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And of course, hopefully we will meet again in 2 weeks' time for another Facebook Live. And I promised you I will be doing Easter basket using our weaving plate. Yep. And I will definitely use Diane's suggestion and inspiration, using 2 petals from Scalloped Flower as my Easter bunnies. Oh, yes. And see what I'm going to come up with. So, everyone, thank you again for being here this evening. I hope, obviously, well, you spend it really, you spend it with me with a lot of joy. That's what I meant to say. And I'll see you next time. So for now, take care, good evening, and see you soon. Bye-bye. I think it's me that I have to stop.